Hey everybody, it is Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. Yay! The crowd goes wild. There's explosions and popcorn and things like soda, candy, and pop.
And I have my list too.
Alrighty, I hope you guys are ready for an exciting and soon-to-be classic Big Family Homestead Sunday Night Live. Yay! Here's what we're going over. The jazz music. Oh, Mama, she's so smart. She knows that I forget to turn the jazz music off. It's like fun to play it then, but not so much when I keep repeating it. It makes people like Mike DeFazio, he just goes nuts. Mm-hmm. He was crazy with anger and rage.
Really?
Yeah. So say hi to everybody, Mama.
Well, Bandana Grandma is here. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah,
Roy
she wasn't
is here.
feeling very good.
And actually, Roy wasn't feeling good either. So
What?
I hope he's feeling better. Alicia and Maz 13, Self-Reliant Roadshow's here. Scott Franklin, Mary Beth Smith, Alicia, Queen Bean, Julie, Bev Cramp, Heather, awesome friend Heather, Captain Jesse, Love Pug, Ariana, Thinking of Others, Julie James, Shannon, and Queen Bee is, well, she just made another comment. So.
There we go. And everyone else, everybody, I'm seeing a bunch of different names that Mama's not seeing. Love Pug, Ariana, Thinking of Others.
I said those.
Only in your mind.
No, I actually did say those.
Not out loud.
Yes, I did.
Didn't happen.
Did too.
Did not happen.
Did too.
All right, we got to start the show over. Anyway, lots of stuff going on this week. A quick recap before we get into the meat and potatoes. But the meat and potatoes this week is going to be continuing on in preparedness. Yeah. Here's the thing, guys. We are working out a kind of an arrangement with a company that is going to be awesome for homesteading, prepping, self-reliant people. And we were going to do a whole show on what they do tonight, but we haven't finalized the details. So
gotten all the bugs worked out.
Right. So that'll be next week. And I know you're going to like it. I know. But tonight's going to be on preparedness. Basically the basics. We're going to go over the how, who, what, where, why. You know?
Okay.
And
sounds awesome.
So in the meantime, while we're waiting for folks to show up, why don't we talk a little bit about our new old tractor?
Yay! It's new to us. It's a 1952 Farmall M. I don't think it's a Super M. I know I had seen someone ask if it was a Super M.
We know it's 50 horsepower.
I know it's a 50 horse, so I don't know about the super part. It's super neato to us.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of confusion as, Prepsteader Bob, he came over and showed us how to do a little bit of stuff with it. And I will say that Mama got a specific thing right where I got it wrong. I got it wrong.
Well, in your defense, you were sitting up on the tractor, so you did not see where he had turned the fuel on.
There are two different tanks.
Right.
One is for distillates. Mm-hmm. And one is for regular gasoline. And I kept turning the one that was for distillates on, and I'm like, why isn't this thing running?
Because that's not the right one.
Wrong one.
You need the one for gas.
But we're excited because we think that we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with hay with it. Mm-hmm. It's strong. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, for as old as it is, I cannot believe that it's just, boom, just roars right up.
Yeah.
So we're excited. We The funny thing is we're kind of in penny pinching mode for a lot of reasons that we can't tell you just yet, but a lot of them are channel related. But we're looking for implements, but that's going to have to come after some other things. So, okay, why don't you talk about our happy animals?
Happy animals, clean barn. They are outside and not stuck inside because the fence is now working. Yeah, when the snow was happening and there was lots of snow, well, it kind of made its own fence and destroyed some of the fence that was there because it was so heavy. And so we've gotten it all repaired. We put a temporary line to go across so that, because we cannot get to the back part of the field where the cows kind of wander, because there's a 4-foot deep swale that is partially frozen, and so we just kind of cut that off for now, and yeah.
To respond, one quick thing to respond to Tyler Woods with the 25 horsepower. What is my understanding is the number that you give for the horsepower is the horsepower at the PTO.
Right.
So that's the difference.
Right.
That's the difference there.
Yeah, it's not the motor's horsepower, it's the PTO horsepower.
That's what we have come to understand, but you probably know a lot more about it than we do, so there.
Right, and I think Scott was asking, and Prep Starter Bob responded, the wheels on the front are not together. They are wide. So we have, it's not, if you turn sharp, it's not going to fall over. So it's,
And the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Exactly.
They do. And then what do? They go round and round.
Right.
It's true. It's true. Okay. Krista didn't turn her phone off. It's
Actually,
buzzing.
I did. I did. It's a notification, and I thought I turned those off. So.
The
That
joys.
is, that's one thing. Never mind.
Notifications.
It drives me nuts.
They drive you nuts.
Okay. Can I have a small rant?
If it's going to be small.
It's going to be small.
Rant on, sister.
Okay, folks, you all know what this is, right? It's
you
a
might want to
phone.
turn it the other way so your name doesn't show up on the thing.
My name won't show up anyway. Anyway, so this is a phone, right? It's not a leash. That's my rant. It can be put away and ignored. But when you have notifications that pop up every 20 seconds, that little ding, everybody's got to go check it.
Pavlov's dog.
Turn off the notifications. Get to the Facebook things when you are able.
Well, you know what?
Sorry.
Since you're ranting, I figure I'll rant. I'll add to your rant.
Please do.
My lovely bride does not understand that a cell phone is actually a phone that you can pick up with your hand.
Wait a minute. Time out.
I didn't get to finish saying what it is.
No, I understand.
I didn't get to finish
saying. I
saying.
didn't say anything against you in any way. And you're...
This is a cute quirk. It's a cute quirk.
It's an annoying thing that you have to point out.
She doesn't understand that you can take a cell phone from one spot in the entirety of the whole universe and walk around with it. It's funny. The phone rings and then she's locked as a statue, not going anywhere.
It's not true. If I am on the phone talking to a person, it's important, and I want to give them my full attention and not be wandering all around the house.
Okay.
So,
there. Rock on, sister.
Yeah.
Rock on.
Blech.
Okay. Alrighty. Other stuff that's going on. Oh, last week we tried to do a giveaway of silver, and we had people that were chatting, and saying, "Hey, in the live chat, I just shared a video," but nobody listened to the instructions. Because not one person actually put what they shared in the comments section. That was what it was. We asked, and I went back and watched it to make sure that I wasn't like going, "Did I say it could be like anything?" And it wasn't. And so I'm not sure if we should try it again, because not one single person actually put a thing up in the comments section. Everybody did right here in the live chat. But
well, I think Nana's still outside.
It's quite possible. The kids, they left poor Nana out.
Hopefully
No, she wasn't. When I came upstairs, she was inside.
Okay, good. Because I just heard her bark, and it sounded like she was outside.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not sure if we're going to do the silver thing again. You guys let us know throughout.
Yeah.
If we can patiently reconvey the instructions again.
Right.
So, Friday. This was funny. The business that we were traveling to go see, I realized, because we normally do a Bible devotion Monday through Friday on a different channel. Mm-hmm. It's called Big Family Devotions. So if you're into that sort of thing and you want to come listen to me, whatever, babble.
Not babbling.
It's Monday through Friday, Big Family Devotions channel. But I had forgotten that I had to do that, and we were driving, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to do that. And so I figured, well, I'll just grab my phone and do a real quick thing. Well, it wasn't switched over to the other channel. So that's what happened when you saw me driving in the back of the bus with Prepsteader Bob. And so I was like, wait a minute. There's 90 people here? There's never 90 people here.
That's
so
funny.
It was kind of funny, but it was also like, oh, that's pretty cool. So Big Family Devotions, if you're into that. The barn flooded, and the basement flooded, and
well, and
the
in the
garage
barn,
flooded.
It didn't just flood; it froze.
Yes.
I was walking out in the barn, out to where the ATV was, so that we could get the cart for the poo, and I slipped and fell. It hurt.
I actually fell yesterday too.
Yeah, you scraped your elbow too. You fell harder than I did, I think.
Yeah.
It's, and it's warming up, so what it does is it warms up and it kind of melts on the top, and then at night it gets below zero and it freezes again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fun.
Yeah. So we're dealing with the water. Actually, my son Jonathan, he came on over and he was trying to work on some brakes, and there was still a bunch of water in the garage.
Well, and we pumped out most of it too.
Yeah. And I'm like, you're young and I'm old, and so I'm not going to get on the ground to adjust the brakes.
No.
I'll be happy to be the guy that pumps up front, but I'm not doing it.
No.
And so he decided to
go somewhere else.
Yeah, find a place that had a warm garage.
Dry spot.
So let's see. Other than that, what else is going on? Oh, you guys know on Thursdays we've been doing this live cooking thing. Well, last week Mama made Swedish meatballs, and they were great. And Bandana Grandma, she says she's going to cook along with us, or she thought it was a good idea, but she wasn't feeling well.
Right.
And so this week, Bandana Grandma, this recipe that Christa makes is a copycat recipe from a restaurant that she's going to tell you about. But what she might not tell you is that it's actually better than them.
Yeah, okay. So, I don't know if you guys know or have heard of or have gone to the Outback.
It's an Outback restaurant.
Outback restaurant. Not the Outback in Australia, but the Outback restaurant.
Right.
We've been going to this restaurant for years, and I've absolutely love it. It's one of our favorites. When we have a special occasion, let's go to the Outback. And so I would get their Alice Springs chicken. And it's
describe it.
Okay, I was getting ready to. It's a chicken breast that's butterflied, and then it's grilled with just salt and pepper. And then there is sautéed onions and bacon. Cheddar cheese, not mustard. Cheddar cheese, yeah. Colby Jack cheese.
It's either Colby or
Jack or Monterey Jack, whatever. And honey mustard.
Yep.
Honey mustard dressing, okay? Or sauce, whatever. Yeah, Outback Steakhouse.
Yes.
Well, I love that recipe so much, I looked up a copycat.
Yeah, we just kept tweaking it.
I kept tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. So, I now make it where it's actually chicken thighs with... for mine, I make it with sautéed onions and mushrooms.
Yep.
Bacon, cheese, and then the honey mustard dressing is... Actually, it's not really a dressing. It's more of a dipping sauce. Yeah. It's yum. It's to die for, honestly.
It's really, really good. Yeah. And the thing is... What? Go ahead.
I won't go... If we ever go back to the Outback, I won't order it because I did that once.
It was disappointing.
I was very disappointed. I'm like, this is not right. This is not what it's supposed to be. So.
Not anywhere near as good as what we were getting. And here's the thing too: is like I saw that someone was saying, I think it might have been Bandana Grandma, but she was saying that her husband doesn't like mustard. Well, go ahead and put like French dressing on it. Or if you don't, if you don't like that, you know what would probably be ridiculously good too is if he likes blue cheese dressing.
Oh, you could do that. Oh. Yeah, you can do whatever you like. This is just how I really enjoy making this dish. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, but that's going to be on Thursday at 2:00 Central in the afternoon.
Yep.
So. Yeah, I'm seeing. If you've never been to Outback Steakhouse. It's a regular old steakhouse. It's the same stuff you're going to get everywhere else, but it's just a chain. Started down in Florida when we were down there as kids, And the thing that's nice about it is that when you go there, you know, you're going to spend like $12-14 for an okay steak,
right?
But it's going to be good, and everything that there is going to be good. It's consistency. That's the kind of thing,
right?
So, Outback Steakhouse. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it has come to that portion of the evening where you're not allowed. No, you are allowed to shamelessly plug your own channel, whoever you're watching, whatever it is that you want to show everybody. Just keep it clean. Keep it fast so that Christa she's going to read as many as you can.
Thanks.
So who are you watching?
Appreciate
On your mark, get set. Go, 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 go.
Oh, goodness. Well, while they're typing, I'm going to answer Scott Franklin's question really quick. He asked if we teach the boys how to sew. Not
Yet.
a lot. I've shown him how to sew on a button. Caleb, anyway. The older boys, I've already shown how to do that.
All right, I think you're ready, Mama.
Yeah.
Because there's a 30-second delay. Captain Jesse.
All right. David the Good. P.C. Aikenson. I don't know how to say their last name. Grampy Campy, Homestead Tessie, You Can't Eat the Grass, North Star Prep Setter, Joint Chiefs of Prep, The Budget Bee, Parsnips and Parsimony, Dixie Living Homestead, Russ Taff, and Todd Agnew videos. Okay.
Todd Agnew videos.
We know them. We know them. Living Traditions, Homestead Tessie, Boss of the Swamp, Rainbow Valley, My New Me, Our Steak on the Hoof.
Oh, that sounds
Adaptive
like
Maritime
fun.
Money and Change, forget it.
What?
I just got messed up with that one. Sunshine Farm, or Fram, 50 Acres and a Cabin, Nordic Star Homestead, Recipe Archaeology, PNC, My Alabama Home, Prepper Nurse 1, Fundamental Faith, Coyote Works, Grampy Campy, Living Traditions Homestead, Thinking of Others, Country Girl, Money and Change, Sister Kate, Obsessive Chicks, Making Sawdust, Prepsteaders, and The Weekend Homestead.
All right, baby. Take a breath. Take a breather. Why don't you take a sip from that delightful looking mug you have there? All right. Here's the scoop, guys. We started doing a channel video swap kind of thing. If you are a channel creator and you want to make us a deal, like what we're asking is that you make a video on your channel and you say, check out Big Family Homestead, we really like them, and then you make a small video that you give to us, we'll put it in one of our videos and say, check them out. So link swap, channel video swap. Well, here's the thing. There's a channel that did do that, and I can't get their video to play.
No, he was all the way up until 650. He was having technical difficulties with the whole system.
Yeah. And so I'm letting you know in advance that I'm going to get that video figured out, and I'll probably put it in one of our videos during the week. But that channel they're one of the coolest names, and I haven't seen them here, so hopefully they get to see this, or else they're just going to miss out.
Right.
But that's the Pirate and the Lumberjack.
That's a great name.
And they explain it on their channel.
Yeah.
So the Pirate and the Lumberjack, we shout you out, and hopefully we will be able to play your video in the near future. So, one more thing before we get going, guys. Oh, hey. Rockstar's here. All right, cool. One thing that I want to point out, guys, before we get going too far ahead, is this. You know that there's a lot of censorship going on in social media. I mean, what was it? Mark Zuckerberg was just taken before Congress a few months back, and Twitter now has been caught with their pants down many times with blatant censorship. And if it's not crazy left-leaning stuff, they nip it in the bud, or they get rid of it, or they demonetize it. And so we actually have to be very careful with what we say so that we can stay here and we can still make videos and we can still do all those things. Right. Well, we wanted to let you know that there's an outlet that we actually go to, and we're not talking about money. You can go and watch a lot of stuff over there, and it doesn't cost you anything, but it's Patreon. And we go over there to Patreon when we want to post something that we know YouTube's not going to like. And so there's a lot of Christian messages over there that there's no assignment of dollar or anything like that to it. And also too, I wanted to say that if you're interested in helping us out, we don't like make levels like everybody else does. It's just basically if you got $1, great. If you want to spend $5, thank you.
Yeah.
If you want to spend whatever, we don't set levels or anything like that. So just wanted you to know that's there, so that if you're interested in getting into some of the stuff that we know YouTube is just going to pull down or demonetize or block or further jeopardize our channel. So that's that. There's a link down there. And, oh, cool. Scott Franklin's going to be, Scott M. You said Scott Franklin earlier,
Because
too.
it says Scott Franklin.
M. from Franklin, North Carolina.
Oh. You know, it's funny because you know a Scott Franklin.
I know Scott Franklin.
That's why it just rolled out of my mouth just so easily.
And he's actually really near you. He's in North Georgia, but it's kind of right there.
Well, he might not be anymore. I mean, he
I
was.
think he is.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Anyway. Okay, I stopped making videos because I was afraid of losing my YouTube account, says Malcolm. You know, and it's happening. It's happening to a lot of channels. I actually went back because we've been doing YouTube for how long now? 4 years and plus? 4 years and like 4 months, 3 months, something like that.
Yeah.
And I went back and I found like 8 videos that had been deleted.
Really?
Yeah. Long time ago. Because we've made over 1,500 videos.
Yeah, I think it's over 17 now.
How often do we put new stuff on Patreon? Michigan Daffodil, that is an excellent question. I'm glad you brought it up because I will be open and honest and say that I have not been doing it as often as I should. I put up a video about, 3-4 days ago?
Yeah.
My goal is to put up at least 2 a week. And the goal is even more because here's the thing. Like the videos we make when we're making a vlog or we're doing something live or the normal stuff we do, there's a lot of effort that goes into those things. Yeah. Yeah. But if I can just take my phone and go, here's what I'm thinking, this is what I just saw, I can post that. As a matter of fact, I recorded a video earlier today that's going to go up on Patreon, and I'm probably going to be able to get to that tonight. So there'll be new stuff there. But I'm going to do it at least twice a week. So there you go. Anyway. I thought I had something else in there. I don't know. So, okay. Done with Patreon for now. Gotta lost there for a second. All right, on to the main topic. Dun, dun, dun. Preparedness. First of all, let's just briefly go over what we kind of talked about last week. It started out being the kind of talk where it was like, should Christians be preppers? And we came to the conclusion that not only is the answer yes, it's that it's biblically grounded, and you'd be kind of silly not to do so. Now, we're not talking about going crazy and like buying all kinds of weapons that, you know, are just silly and you know, going and hiding in the woods and, you know, under a rock and not living life. And we're not talking about that.
Right.
We defined what we feel prepping is last week.
I'm wondering.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
And so we want to start off by saying, you know, if you want to find out more, we've got tons of videos on that. Check them out. But we wanted to talk about what it would be like to be a normal person who wants to get started in prepping, or a normal person who is in prepping. And so that is where we're going to start off today. So Christa actually did some research from several different websites.
Yeah.
And kind of compiled some basics that I think we can start off. And here's the thing. I'm going to shut up here in a second and let her go. If you add to the conversation, that's part of the fun. So if you hear something and we're talking about it, chime in. Have your voice be heard. So some of the basics that they say about normal and sane prepping.
Prepping should be responsible. It's smart and normal to get ready for emergencies. Prepping should be valuable. The whole point is to actually benefit from prepping if you should ever need it. Prepping should also be easy. Don't waste hundreds of hours digging through incorrect or confusing content.
Oh, wow.
That's, and there's a lot of confusing stuff on YouTube.
We're going to go through point by point.
Okay. Prepping should be affordable. That's the thing.
That one I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll have to talk that one out.
We'll have to talk that one out.
Yeah.
Okay. It says almost any budget can go over the basics of prepping. Prepping should be comforting. Having the peace of mind that you and your family are ready. This one, kind of funny. Prepping should be fun. It's challenging and fun to figure out how to begin or to become a more self-sufficient person.
Okay, we're going to chew through some of those. Yeah. However, I want to read a comment from Roy here.
Okay.
He says, "Buying guns isn't prepping?" ?
True.
What about my new shotgun? It's going to feel rejected.
That's funny.
That's more of like a family kind of nurturing issue. I don't think you're really bringing everybody into the fold there, Roy. All your kids are feeling... Yeah, no.
That is really funny.
All right.
Oh, goodness gracious.
The Pirate and the Lumberjack, you missed your shout out.
Yep.
We shouted you out. You weren't here. You'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah. That's funny.
Okay, so let's go point by point. First point.
So prepping should be responsible.
Okay. I think that kind of goes without saying. Mm-hmm. Now, let's dig in a little bit deeper. What aspects of our life should we prep?
Oh boy. Okay. We span the gamut on children. Well, not really anymore. We don't have kids in diapers anymore.
You're not counting me, right?
Oh, gross.
Not actual diapers. I'm not like one of those freaks you see on Maury Povich running around.
No, I know. No, okay. So, if you have little ones, you have to prep for them especially. Because they are not going to be able to take care of themselves. They're not going to be able to change their own diapers or find formula or, be breastfed. It's
I can't prep for that.
No, but it's something that you have to be, if you are breastfeeding and there's an issue, you need to have double the amount of water. Because a breastfeeding mom has to drink a lot of water.
Is that like Macy?
Right.
Or cow.
He cannot stay on a serious topic when it makes him feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so let's back up. I was going to kind of try to take a little bit of a different approach at this.
Oh, were you?
I was.
Okay.
The basic aspects of life. What do you need? Food and water.
Right.
You need shelter. Mm-hmm. You need protection.
Yes.
What else?
Well,
ninjas. I need a team of ninjas armed with Roy's children.
If you're going to have food and water, you need to know how to take care of that or how to cook that.
Okay.
Right?
Cook water. Yep.
Come on.
I was just repeating what you said.
Food. Good Lord.
Okay. Let's break it down.
We can't have a serious conversation here because you keep throwing me.
I just repeated what you said.
Arg.
Okay. Yeah. Tyler Woods, it depends. That's a joke I say all the time.
Oh my goodness.
When somebody says, well, it depends, I'll say undergarments.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that I picked up and it's really embarrassing.
Because it just happens.
It just happens.
Yeah. So, okay. The things that you need, the stuff of life. Mm-hmm. You need food and water. Mm-hmm. You need shelter, and that is including whether or not you're in a hot climate or a cold climate. And you need a way to protect your family and the basics of life. Mm-hmm. I would add another item to this list, and that is the ability to help or help care for the non-family members around you. Now, that's not to say that you're going to just do everything for everybody else.
Right.
But there's so many possibilities of stuff that can happen. It could be as simple as losing a job. and that person is just, they had to pay their bills, and so they don't have money for food. Well, you better believe I'm going to show up with a box of groceries. It's just going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or if it was something more extreme and there was a natural disaster, there's going to be a lot of people that need help. And if you're in a position to put some things aside now so that you can help somebody later, well, great. So food and water. Basics. Now, does it fit their description of being responsible?
Yeah, I
Having
think so.
food and water on hand.
I think so, yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Yeah.
What about shelter?
Yeah.
And protection?
Right.
I think that's responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is absolutely responsible.
Definitely.
So, RIG, depends are considered undergarments. That's exactly kind of the joke, bro. Right. Sorry, that one went in there fast. Julie James says, I prep for tornadoes and ice storms. That's absolutely, right. I think it's responsible.
Right. We're not just talking about, prepping for the zombie apocalypse. We're talking about prepping for hurricanes and, any kind of natural disaster. What if the power goes out for a few weeks?
Well, and we've talked about this book in the past, Tyler Woods' book, 11th Hour Preparedness. And he is a big, I would say, extremely knowledgeable source when it comes to our power grid. Yeah. And if that's a book that you want to get a hold of, it's called 11th Hour Preparedness. And he did not ask for this plug. I'm doing it because I think it's a valuable resource that we don't make a penny on. That's just that. But the power grid is dangerously weak in this country.
Right.
And the realities of what-if scenarios are everywhere. Now, before we move on to point 2, one thing that's really super important, guys, is that you don't get caught up in trying to find out the minutia of every single possible thing that could happen, because you'll drive yourself nuts. You'll be like, oh my gosh, what if there's a meteorite that actually hits the house, but it's not big enough to take out the whole state? That might be a little extreme.
Then I know where we're going.
Next door.
No. If it takes out the house while we're in it.
Oh, I get it, yeah. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Thinking of others, Brad, would you let someone pull their trailer onto your land for a while? That's an excellent point. If you have room, would you be willing to share room? And the answer is yes. I mean, right now it's not our property. It's a lease purchase situation, so it wouldn't be my decision to make. But if it were, why wouldn't you?
Right.
I mean, that's just helping somebody out. And even if it's just plain the right thing to do, we're believers, and we're supposed to be helping each other out, right? So, the way that I think that we have to kind of come at this, can anyone recommend a small solar charger for tech? Yes, Julie, yes. Actually, it's right there if you want to grab it, Mama.
Oh, I can try.
It's only 20 pounds. This is the thing that I love this thing. It's called a Copycat by Energy. We have a link to it. But this thing, it comes with solar panels, powers up, everything's inside it. Charge controller, lithium-ion batteries, everything. It's safe for electronics, and we've used this so many times.
Yeah.
But there's a link in the description down below if you're interested for something like that.
Yeah.
But okay, back on track. Sorry, I just caught the comment.
No, and that's fine. That Copycat thing has been a lifesaver so many times already.
Yeah.
If our power goes out, that can still run our water pump. So we'll still have water.
Well, and to give you an idea, I haven't charged that thing up since the snow started.
Right.
And we've used it so many times. And even Prepsteader Bob was over here helping put in electric in our bus. He was using the angle grinder with it, and I was like, oh, this is going to kill the battery for sure. It's not even come off of the top indicator except one little LED. I can't believe it.
That's awesome.
So anyway, Housewife in the Woods, how many amp hours is it? I honestly, I did research on it a long time ago. We got it about a year ago, and I just don't remember. Yeah. But it's lasted a truckload of time.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to basic logical thinking preparedness. Okay. We need to weigh it out. Is what we're doing responsible? So let's give an idea of what would not be responsible.
Gumballs would not be responsible.
Touche.
Reese's cups would not be responsible. So I will jab at myself as well.
Oh.
So those are two things that's not a good thing to prep for. I mean, yes, those are luxury items, not necessities. You got to make a list. Necessities and luxuries. Things you need, things you really just kind of want.
Thinking of others, yes, if you buy it through us, you do get a discount. They've got a sweet deal. They always have some deal going on. Like, I think a few months ago, you got like a free car charging kit plus like a solar panel. I don't know what's going on right now, but they always have a deal.
Right.
So, yeah, Alicia, and yes, I hate to say it, but it is true.
Sorry, honey.
It's silly, I know. I love gumballs.
He does. I think he's addicted to sugar.
That could be true, too. But when we lived in Cincinnati, there's this massive grocery store there called Jungle Gyms. Jumble Bims. But would you think it's exaggerating to say it's probably over 5 acres indoors?
Yes.
It would be exaggerating to say that?
No, not at all.
I think it's probably got to be bigger than 5 acres indoors.
Yes.
And the candy section's amazing.
Yes.
And they
have cool candies too, like the old stuff that you don't find on the shelves normally. So. Yeah,
and so they have this wall of gumballs, like when you go to like a bulk food store, and they got the scoops, and then they give you the big bag. Yeah. And it was really funny because the last time that we were there, I had a bag of gumballs that was way bigger than a basketball. Yeah. And I pulled it on the counter.
And the checkout lady just laughed.
I'm like, we don't get here much.
Right. No, it's no kidding. So, yes, that would be something that is more of a luxury item. While it's an inexpensive item, it's
Jungle Gyms, yeah.
It's, yeah, Heather, we love Jungle Gyms.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is one thing we do really miss about being over there.
Well, no, that's not the only thing we miss about
Well, of course, we miss the Going Batty crew more than Jungle Gyms.
Yes.
But still.
Definitely.
All right, let's move on to point 2, baby.
Okay.
Valuable.
Prepping should be valuable. Mm-hmm. The whole point is to actually benefit from prepping if you should ever need it. And that's the thing. You prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Amen.
You're going to prepare for those, snowstorms that lock you in here for a week. Or, the hurricanes that come in and just take out the entire town and there's no electric. We've lived in Florida for over 20 years. We know what hurricanes can do. We have lived on the gamut, folks. Not earthquakes. We've never been around an earthquake, thankfully.
More like an earthquack.
Okay.
We've done that.
Hurricanes.
It was Nana.
Tornadoes.
She got some bad potatoes.
Snow and ice storms. So we have lived in several different areas, not just one area in specific. So we know kind of what to look for in a natural disaster. Thankfully, there's no hurricanes up here.
Right.
There are tornadoes though that happen once in a while. So.
Yep.
But.
Yeah, storms are not great either. Yeah, earthquakes.
Come on now.
All right, Rain. Okay.
Storms.
So.
Hi, Heidi.
Yeah. So, but funny. Valuable. Now that's a tricky one because you need to really define for yourself what is valuable.
Right.
Valuable for us would be making sure that we have enough food that we can liquefy for our daughter Grace's special need.
Amen. Yeah. So that is where Thrive Life comes in. Okay?
For us.
For us. And that has been an amazing prepping tool for us to keep her healthy.
Yep.
You know, we had, I don't know if you guys know, we have a milk cow that we have to feed her. Well, that milk cow has had to been dried up because she's due to calf here in 6 weeks.
Yep.
And so we have, and we, you know, with that milk, we have Thrive Life. We grind it into a
powder.
A powder. We had broccoli salad
If
for
you
dinner.
need a break, that's
no, I keep burping.
Oh.
The broccoli we ate earlier, I keep burping it. Anyway, this Thrive food, we use our Vitamix and we grind it into a powder, and then I can liquefy it or, you know, rehydrate it and add milk to it.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves it. She says, I'm more full now than before.
Well,
and she's healthier.
Well, you got to think about it too. But because it's freeze dried, it's got that texture before you rehydrate it that it can be powdered.
Yes.
And so you can have chicken powder, like literally chicken powder.
Right.
You know, blueberries and anything, beef, anything you can think of, yogurt, throw it in there. You can and.
Yep.
So she's getting a much better rounded diet than any of us are.
Yeah. I was making her dinner earlier before the show, and I had the powder. We have ground it all up already, and I'm running it through a fine strainer to get out any of the big chunks that I missed in the blender. And she starts to smell it. She's like, "That smells so good."
Yeah. See, you guys might not know.
Yeah.
She can't take anything by her mouth except water.
Yeah.
Because she used to aspirate the food, and then she'd get pneumonia, and so they just said, "Look, you're going on the G-tube for now, and then we'll worry about that as you get older." And that's a medical fight that we are straight smack dab in the middle of.
Right. So that particular prep is very valuable for us because it keeps her healthy.
Yep. So valuable. What might be valuable to you might not be valuable to the next guy, but you have to be honest about it.
Right.
Like medicines. If you're like a diabetic, okay, valuable is huge. And if it's a diabetic medicine that needs to be kept cold, oh, wow. You know, something like a solar generator is going to be a heck of a lot more important to you than just us that need it for lights and whatever.
And if I may suggest, if you do have to have refrigerated medicines, get a small refrigerator, one of those beverage refrigerators. The one we have downstairs, it uses 4 watts of power.
No. I wouldn't guess at it because 4 watts of power, honey, that's your computer takes a lot more than that to run.
It's low.
It's very low.
It's very low, and I know the refrigerator that we got for the bus is very low.
Right. But at 4 watts is almost nothing. Sorry.
140.
I would
There's
stop
a 4
guessing.
in there.
I'm going
to stop guessing. But it's really low, and it will run on that solar charger with no problems whatsoever.
Brad, do you like the taste and feel of the prepped food type for Grace? If you're talking about the Thrive Life stuff, there's nothing. No other company beats it.
No, there is
other company beats it.
Yeah.
We went through them all of them, and like one of the things about the meats is that when you bite into it, you feel it like it should be, like a meat.
Yeah.
You can feel the muscle.
Chicken. It's chicken.
Yeah.
It's a big piece of chicken. Like, I would say it's this big when it's, the sliced chicken. And you just pour hot water over the top of it, and then you have chicken. It's just, you can pull it apart and you can see all of the grains of the meat. It's not a processed hunk of stuff that,
Right.
Gross.
And let me see. One thing. Rain country. Better yet, see if you can get off the medications and allow body heal itself. Many diabetics have done it. And yeah, absolutely, 100% agreed. The old adage is let your medicine be your food and your food be your medicine.
Yeah.
And we're looking at our daughter Grace as that actually happening right before our eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, she used to get pneumonia all the time.
Right. Alicia's asking, can we show how we fix her meal? And I think we
should make that video.
We should do that.
We can make that video, absolutely.
Right.
There was another thing that I wanted to check.
I know Dave said something about how can mothers teach their children when there's no school open? You're right.
Homeschooling.
Right. if the schools are closed, what are they going to do? Are they just going to let their kids not learn anything? They're going to need to have some sort of lessons, you know. Catherine
Turner, oh my gosh, they're not in the UK yet, and trust me, when I know, you'll know. Right. Okay. And I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's years, but they have not given an indication of a launch date. So be patient.
I hope it's soon. Be sorry patient. It's not yet.
So okay. Well, all right. So what is valuable to you may not be valuable to the next guy.
You're gonna need to evaluate what your family's requirements are.
Right. Okay, what is the third point?
Okay, prepping should be easy.
It can continue.
Okay, don't waste hundreds of hours digging through incorrect and confusing content.
That's where I wanted to go.
Yeah. Right.
Here's the thing. Prepping should be easy. Don't waste hundreds of hours digging through incorrect and confusing content.
Right.
How do you know?
Right. You're right.
How do you know? Until you've already learned it wrong.
Right. You know that, did those books get put back downstairs?
Yes, they did.
Oh, darn it.
It's all right.
He cleaned his room.
I did clean my room.
We are not part of the Latter-day Saints, but they have a manual. It's called the LDS Preparedness Manual.
Yep.
This manual is it's chock full of.
It's a thick old book.
It's this, and you can get it as a free.
We talked about it last
I know. I just wanted to talk about it again. You can get it as a free download, and you can print it out, or you can keep it on a thumb drive if you'd like. But I recommend you print it out.
Yep.
Or buy the book for $24 or something like that.
It may even be in the links down below because I don't remember if I deleted it.
I don't think it is. I think I looked.
But anyway, repeat it. Repeat the book title.
It's the LDS Preparedness Manual, and it is a fantastic manual. It has everything a family needs to be prepared for an entire year.
Right. Malcolm Small says, I grow my meds. And you know what? Going back, absolutely. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. And it goes into the whole everything of preparedness. There's a meme. If you don't know what a meme is, because a lot of us are a little bit older, a little bit more seasoned.
It's not a meme. It's not a meme.
No, it's M-E-M-E. They call it meme, and all it is it's like an iconic picture of something, and then somebody puts like a funny or truthful statement to it that becomes a life of its own. I keep seeing this again and again while I'm doing research for this program, and there's this one meme of a guy, a big dude, probably 350, maybe 400 pounds, and he's got a battle rifle with him. And the meme says, preparing for the apocalypse, can't climb the stairs. And you know what? It's funny, but it's also sad, and it's also true. And so one of the things I did want to bring up, guys, is that obviously, I've got stuff to work on, so I'm not throwing rocks. I promise you. I need to shed some pounds, and that's a fact. And so I'm not throwing rocks at that guy. But what I am saying is that there are things that we can do to get ready that won't cost you a dang penny.
Right.
Getting in shape is one of them. Getting a little exercise, shedding a few pounds. That's actually going to save you money, right?
Right.
But also, a few things that you can do that most people can is get to the eye doctor. Get to the doctor. Find out those things medically in your life that need to get dealt with now. Because think about it like this. If you got bad vision now, and all of a sudden something happens, and there's a blip in the system, and the eye doctor's not going to be able to help you anymore, then what do? Now, what was a small problem is a massive problem.
Yeah.
Or how about this? What about your blood?
Right.
What if you were a diabetic?
Right. Something that's, okay, now, Now, I don't know if I should say anything about my blood.
I would just keep it general.
Okay. Well, I have... How can I keep it general?
She's got an anomaly of her blood type.
I do have an anomaly of my blood type. And so it's, you know, it's a concern for me. I don't have to be on any special medications, but it's still a concern. Mm-hmm. So, and it's a concern for our children because they might have this blood type anomaly.
Right.
So.
Well, and also, Joke is saying, don't forget the dentist. Amen. Yeah. I meant to put that into what I was chatting before, but just forgot. Mm-hmm. And, yeah. Can you imagine what it would be like to deal with the pain of a nasty, nasty tooth for months if you could not get to a dentist? Right. I mean, you'd be doing everything with a screwdriver to knock it out. Well, and then that's very dangerous.
You could actually become sick.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you have a rotting tooth, you could actually become very, very ill.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's something you've got to pay attention to.
So, those are things that you can deal with now that some of them won't cost you anything.
I don't know.
No, just leave that. Okay. Some of them won't cost you anything. If you've got insurance, get your butt to the dentist. Get your butt to the doctor. Right. Go see if you need new glasses. Check out to see if your vision is good to go. So, yeah, manual toothbrushes. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right.
Teeth issues are the worst.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. You know, I've not had a whole lot of tooth issues, but I did remember... Really? No. I mean, I had my wisdom teeth taken out.
Right.
Well, that was a mess.
Well, that's a long story.
That's a long story.
And we only have 10 minutes, so...
No, my point is there have not been many issues I've had.
True. That is true. Yes.
But the pain that you go through, oh my gosh! If you couldn't get to a dentist, holy smokes!
Right.
Yeah, think about that. Joint Chiefs. What will people do if blood transfusions are needed? The answer is, you better start looking at natural issues. And that's the reality. I mean, there are certain things that sustain life that modern medicine has given us. Well, God has given us, and modern medicine has disseminated it. But without them, you're either going to need a different kind of remedy, something natural. And, well, you know, you guys know we're huge proponents of moringa.
Yeah.
I used to have bad arthritis. I don't now. The issue that you know, you can grow it. If you live in a hot climate, you can grow it. I can't grow it here. Or I need to build a hothouse so I can grow it.
Right.
So if I can't get it, I don't become into some shriveled up, not able to do anything person.
Right. That's a huge thing. I mean, and you're not the only one that takes it. Grace takes it too. She takes, you know, a couple of teaspoons every day to keep her healthy.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
Right.
And so I don't know if we want to tackle, that should be an easy one. Go ahead and tackle one more point.
Prepping should be affordable. Almost any budget can cover the basics of prepping. Basics of prepping. That's key.
And small amounts of time.
Right.
Anybody can do it, even on a tight budget.
Right, exactly. Now, the Dollar Tree. If you have a Dollar Tree anywhere near you, or a Dollar General, not a Dollar General, because Dollar General is they charge a little bit more.
It's not really a dollar.
It's not a dollar. It's they charge more for things. But Dollar Tree has some phenomenal preps there. You could spend $20 and get enough stuff for a week. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if you do that a couple of times, you know, well,
even if you can only afford $20 in your whole month,
right.
$20 can go a long way, guys.
Yeah.
And Dollar Tree, great resource. Look for food pantries in your area.
Yes.
If you're financially strapped, look for food pantries. There's so many churches that will either give you a box of food for free, or they'll charge you like $5. Right here, we have one that's called Ruby's Pantry.
Right, and it's not just in Wisconsin; it's in Minnesota as well, I believe. So it's you go in, you give them $20, and you bring two of the. Is it 20-gallon or
the big laundry baskets?
30-gallon
totes,
and they fill them 2 of them. They fill them for $20.
And some of it is just like really expensive stuff.
Yep. And it's not just food either. Sometimes you get toilet paper, paper towels, breads, all kinds of different things. Something too I really wanted to mention before we're done. With all of the preps that you have, you need to know how to use them.
Yep. Doesn't do any good to have them.
It doesn't do any good to have 50 buckets of flour if you don't know how to make a loaf of bread. You've got to start learning how to take care of, and how to do all of these things so that you can take care of your family in an emergency.
Yeah, and so I think with that, we're gonna continue on with this, but we're gonna have to split our time next week because I believe that we're gonna be set up for that. I think is gonna benefit a lot of people.
Yeah.
So anyway, listen, guys. So glad that you. Show's over for now.
No, don't throw that away. We saved those. We've been saving those.
Whatever. So glad you guys have chosen to spend some time with us. Yeah. We're really grateful. Mm-hmm. In just a few minutes, we're going to jump on over to the Self-Reliant Road Show. Prepsteader Bob, he's got a lot to talk about. We're going to jump on over there. But before we do, we are a family of faith, and so we don't want to push anybody away or make somebody feel like we're beating you over the head with the Bible. So we'd really, really love for you to stay and hear what we're going to pray about. But if that kind of thing just sets you off, I understand, and I don't want to try to force you into something else. But we are going to jump into a time of prayer here. And so if you can stay, we'd really like it. If not, hope to see you back next week. So this week, it's really been on my heart to make sure that we're not only just growing our preparedness, but that we are keeping track of it. Do you know what you have? Do you know how many cans of tomatoes you have? Or do you know how many cans of this you have? And it's really been on my heart. But here's the thing. As believers, as Christians, do you ever take account of where you're at with your spiritual walk? Do you ever just take a moment and go, all right, God, what's the state of the union?
Right.
Where do you want me to work? I need your help. What do you need to chisel out of my life so that I can be more like you and reflect your son's love and mercy to the world? What needs to go? And then have the humility to say, I need your help, and do that. And I got to tell you what, guys, with all the preparedness that you ever do, nothing is as important as preparing your spiritual life for eternity.
Right.
And it's not like it's something you do on your own. It's the Holy Spirit working through you. But we still have to be willing to let it happen. Yeah. So with that, we're going to jump on in, and I'm going to say a quick prayer, guys. And I hope that you're blessed. I really do. I hope that you get something out of these times, and it's not just fun. I mean, I like fun. Obviously, we like fun.
Clearly.
But if it's not about Christ in my mind's eye, we're kind of just spinning our wheels. Mm-hmm. So with that, we're going to jump on in. So, Father God, we come before you, and man, oh man, I am just so very grateful, Lord, that you've let these people show up, and I hope that this time has been a blessing. But more than anything, I hope that they can see that their relationship with you is the most important thing, period. Lord, I know you don't want to force anything on anybody. And so I would just ask, though, that you would deal with folks gently, and you would show yourself to them and reveal yourself to them in a way that they can understand and hopefully accept. Jesus, I thank you so much. The sacrifice you've made is beyond imagining, and doggone it, Lord, I am just blown away. Help me to be more like you today, tomorrow, and the next day, and help us all to grow in community and learn how to share more and be more like you. It's in your holy name, Jesus, we pray. Amen. Guys, I truly hope you have a blessed week, blessed day. You guys have an awesome night.
Good night.